Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily.
Shalom, this is Officer Rakaziah with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in Atlanta, Georgia. The subject I'm going to break down today that we're going to discuss is the free will. Do we as black people have free will to do what we want? Okay, like a lot of times in the Christian church, we hear that you have the right to choose what you want to do, to each his own. Whatever someone wants to do, you can't judge them, things like that. But we're going to really focus on free will, okay? Remember, too, that we have classes being held in Atlanta, Georgia. Any questions on class schedules and locations, call 404-997-9123. You can also call that number if you have questions on previous subjects. Okay? So the first scripture we'll go into is Baruch, the 4th chapter, in the first verse. And it reads, "This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Okay? So we're taught that we have free will. And what this is saying is this is the book of the commandments, the laws of God. And whoever follows these commandments will live, whoever does not will die. So those are your two choices, either to live or to die. And it's not really a choice at all. Okay? So you don't have the free will to do what you want to do. You understand? Like if you do what you want to do, there is going to be a consequence. Okay, and you may not like that consequence because there really is no free will. And then the important part about it is in the scripture it says, "And the law that endures forever." Like we have laws to follow. You understand? Like you don't just break the white man's laws, and if you do, there's going to be a consequence. Like you don't really have the choices that you think you have. You have either the choice to live or to die. You understand? Now we'll go also into Deuteronomy because that's why we're in the conditions that we're in today. You understand? Like if we think we have the free will to do what we want to do, and the Lord told us, either you're going to follow what I want you to do and live, or don't and die. And that's why we have the curses on us today. That's why we have such high abortion rates. That's why we lead the planet in AIDS. You understand? And black on black murders and every disease that you can think of. Because we think we have the free will to do what we want, but we really don't. You understand? So we'll go to Deuteronomy now. Okay, the 28th chapter, the first verse. "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." So what Deuteronomy 28:1 is saying is, your first choice, either you can do what I tell you to do and follow all these laws, this is what Moses is telling to the Israelites, either you can do this and you'll be set on high above all the nations. And if you keep reading, it goes on to tell all the blessings and all the good things that are happening to you. That's your first choice, but obviously we didn't choose that choice. We didn't want to do that. So we chose to go the other route. And that's why we live in the conditions that we live in. Okay? Verse 15. "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So obviously we can see, if you drive through the black neighborhoods, we see what choice we made, thinking that we have free will. Okay, we decided not to follow the laws of God, and that's why we're in the conditions that we're in. Okay, so for the church to teach, or anybody to teach that you have the free will to do anything is very evil and wicked. Like you tell a woman she has the free will to kill her baby or not, to have an abortion, and she always going to pick the wrong decision because she doesn't have the free will. You understand? And that's going to get her killed in the end. You understand? Because we have to follow the laws of the Most High. You understand? And another scripture we're going to prove that. Okay, we'll go to Proverbs, the 16th chapter, start at 16 and 25. Proverbs 16 verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Okay, so it's meaning there is a way that seems right to a man. You may think you can smoke weed and get high, or do drugs, or you may think you could be a homosexual, or you could be a whore. That may seem right to you, but the ways thereof is death. I mean, at the end of that, it's going to be death at you. You understand? Like, you're going to get AIDS if you want to be a sodomite or a whore. You understand? Like, there's no free will, no free choice. You have to follow the laws or die. Follow the laws and live, or do not follow the laws and die. And that's not really a choice at all. You understand? So with that being said, that's basically just all I wanted to bring out. Any questions, call 404-997-9123. Remember to be paying your tithes. You can pay them online at the website, the ISUPK.com. And any question you have, you can go ahead and call that number. With that, I'm going to say shalom.
Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. I see that they run gone left mommy. Fi struggle the hard road with 5 beginning. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen no do.